Good evening. I'm Morag Sinclair, reporting from the London Prat, where the news has packed a small overnight bag, the facts are applying for devolved status, and Britain has once again discovered that democracy is sacred right up until someone counts the votes. Tonight, constitutional panic has broken out after several left-wing politicians warned that if Britain elects the wrong government, the United Kingdom may have to be dissolved for its own good. Analysts are calling it Celtexit, the exciting new doctrine that democracy must be defended by immediately cancelling the country whenever the public behaves incorrectly. Also tonight, campaigners insisted they are not rejecting democracy. They simply believe voters should be free to choose any government they like, provided the result has already been approved by the people who call themselves defenders of democracy. Next in the news, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland are reportedly being measured for emotional removal vans. Several officials have been seen holding clipboards, looking at Britain, and saying, "We loved the Union, but then it started letting ordinary people vote." Moving on, experts say Celtexit proves democracy now has terms and conditions. Apparently, elections are binding only when progressive parties win. If Reform wins, the whole constitutional settlement becomes a printer error. Meanwhile, Marxist theorists have welcomed the development, saying failed policies deserve another 100 years to begin working. One academic explained that socialism has never truly failed in Britain because it has never been given enough time, money, committees, public inquiries, emergency funding, rebrands, or innocent taxpayers. Also tonight, Westminster has denied that threatening to break up the country is an overreaction. Officials insist it is merely values-led geographical rearrangement, which is what happens when taking your ball and going home requires a legal team, 3 flags, and a BBC explainer graphic. Next, in constitutional theatre, politicians who spent years calling Brexit reckless are now considering breaking apart a 300-year union because a future election might hurt their feelings. This is known in politics as consistency, provided you say it while standing in front of a lectern. Moving on, voters have reacted with confusion. One man in a pub said, "I thought democracy meant we vote, they count, and everyone complains for 5 years." A constitutional expert replied, "That was the old system. The new system is we vote, they count, and then the losing side tries to redraw the map." Also tonight, the phrase, "the future of the Union," has been used so often it has asked for a rest. The Union itself is said to be tired, baffled, and standing in the hallway holding 4 separate coats, unsure whether this is a divorce, a family argument, or just another episode of Question Time. Finally tonight, Downing Street has urged calm. The government says Britain remains one country, 4 nations, several crises, and approximately 12 competing emotional support flags. Those are tonight's headlines. I'm Morag Sinclair for the London Prat, where the news is serious, the Constitution is on wheels, and democracy remains sacred until it produces a result that requires a group text. For more satire, Westminster panic, constitutional furniture moving, and political adults threatening to take their ball and go home, visit prat.uk.